Today we have got another runner specific 30-minute Pilates workout. So grab your mat and that is all you're going to need. If you've got any niggles or injuries or anything that doesn't feel right, please adapt, take breaks when you need, and also just adjust the exercise to suit you. And if that's all good, we're going to jump straight in. So we want to take our normal Pilates posture, scooping the lower abdominals to the back of the spine, nice soft knees, relaxed shoulders, nice long neck. We're squeezing lower abdominals and we're just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth as we take some nice big shoulder rolls. Take the shoulders right up towards the ears and then change direction. Get rid of all the clicks, everything that feels horrible and tight. Maybe you've been sat down all day. Take in some nice big arm circles. Again, remembering to keep our stomach muscles engaged throughout everything, even the warm-up. Inhaling and exhaling, nice and wide circles, and then back the other way. Get the shoulders warmed up. And then we're going to take that left arm over our head, slide the right arm down towards that knee. Keep the arm right near the ear so we're opening up the chest. Inhale as we come up and exhale as we bend over the other side. Really get a nice stretch there. We're just going to do one more each side. Exhale as we reach. See if we can get a bit further as we warm up into it. And back through the centre, drop the arms down. We're going to go into our Pilates squats, so keeping the feet parallel, the weight is to our heels and our bum is going back, the arms are going above our head. So we send the bum back, shoulders down and squeeze at the top. Good. So the weight is through the heels here. We're still keeping the stomach muscles nice and engaged. Really squeeze the glutes at the top. Sorry about the clicking ankle. Good. Remembering to breathe. We've got two more here. Just warming up the knees, hips, the ankles, quads and glutes. Perfect. So now we're going to go into some curtsy squats. So we're going to take the right leg and we're going to step it back behind this left. So the knee down to the floor and back up and over to the other side. Good. So we're just getting some heat through the quads and the glutes. Alternating each way. Good. Really step that leg across. Keep stood up nice and tall. We're just sending that knee back down towards the floor. We're going to drop and pulse for 10. Breathe, keep the stomach muscles engaged. Last 3, 2, 1. Straight over to the side. And back up, give the legs a shake. Coming onto our right leg, we've got the weight into the right leg and we're just resting that left leg here. I want you to hinge slightly forward, but again, we're keeping the core nice and engaged and that back nice and flat. And we're just going to step that left leg back and back towards the supporting leg. So again, we're keeping really strong through this supporting leg. Testing our balance, our ankle stability. Hold it back and then just see if you can test by lifting that leg up. Good. 2 more. And step it back in, straight over to the other side. So that lean forward, slight soft knee, and then we're stepping that leg back and in. So we're really working on that stability through that left ankle, keeping that knee over the toe. Good. Getting ready to lift. Not very high. Again, we're just testing the balance, testing the stability, and also working into those glutes. Last one. And step it back in. Give yourself a shake and then come to the back of the mat. We're just going to do a few roll downs, again, just to loosen up the spine. So scoop the stomach muscles, nice soft knees, drop that chin to the chest, and we roll down the spine, leading with the head. Relax at the bottom. Take a big inhale, and slowly roll back at the spine. One vertebrae at a time, roll the shoulders back. And again, chin to the chest. Rolling. Really let go of the tension. Shake your head around if you need to. And then back up. We are going to go for our last one. Again, reset. Make sure we're scooping the stomach muscles. Drop that chin to the chest. Rolling down the spine. One vertebrae at a time. And then slowly walk the hands forward. You might have to just adjust yourself, move the feet. So we're in a nice high plank position. Neck in line with the spine, and then just rock forwards and backwards. So we warm up the shoulders. You can also get a little bit of a calf stretch through there. Good. Keep breathing. Last 3, 2, 1, and drop the knees down. Just hit them about as wide as the mat, and then send the bum back to the heels. Walk the hands forward and just pop the head on the mat. Take a big inhale and exhale into that stretch. And then we're going to come up onto all fours. We're going to extend the right arm and the left leg, keeping that hip bone facing the mat. We're just going to do a lift and lower. So we're coming up to the in line of the body and then back down. Good. Keeping that hip facing the mat. Really squeeze lower abdominals. Good. Deep breaths. We've got 2 more here. We're going to hold it up on this one. I want you to bring that right arm behind the head, and we're going to add a bit of a rotation. So you're going to bring that right elbow down towards that hand and back up. Good. So we twist and down, making sure we're keeping this hip bone facing the mat. 2 more. And last one. Back, extend the arm, and then we're going to bring it back into the center. Just drop the head and round the spine. And then exhale, chest up. 2 more here. And then come back to a nice neutral spine. Again, just making sure those hip bones facing the mat. We've got the hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. And we're going to extend the right leg back and the left leg forward. And we lift. Good. And control down. Really squeeze lower abdominals. Good. Lengthen the arms and legs. Make sure not to drop that head too much. Trying to see your leg. Good. Last one, we're going to hold it up. Bring that arm out to the side. And we rotate down. And back up. Good. Keep that core really nice and tight. We've got 2 more. Last one. Extend that arm back and bring the knee back in. Send the bum back to the heels and just walk those hands forward. Really reach. And then coming back up onto all fours. Again, we're going to go back with that left leg. We're going to lift up, and then we're going to take it up and over and round, right over to that right side. Again, squeezing the abdominals, lift up and over, and take it as far left as we can. So we're really challenging these oblique muscles. And lift up and over. It's like we're drawing an arch with our foot. Good. Really squeeze the abdominals, making sure we're breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Back, up and over. And this time we're going to finish back into the centre. And from here we're just going to pulse that leg up and down. So really strong glute. Keeping that hip bone facing the mat. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. And bring that knee back in. Good. From here we're going to tuck the toes under, and we're just going to push the floor away, lifting the knees off the mat and hover above the mat. So core nice and tight, press up, just off the mat, deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. That's 3, 2, and carefully drop the knees back down, soften the feet, and just send the bum back to the heels again. Walk those hands forward. Take a nice stretch. And then back up onto all fours, and we get to do it on the other side. So again, just take a second to reset yourself. Make sure the knees are underneath the hips. Hands are underneath the shoulders, and the core is really nice and tight. And I'm going to take that right leg back, bring it up. Again, making sure that hip bone is facing the mat. And then we're going to come up and over, drawing an arch with the foot. Toe down, up and over. Take that leg right out to the side. Good. And up. Remembering to breathe. Good. Really squeezing the core. Taking it right out to the side. Testing those obliques. Up. And over, last one. Bringing it back into that centre. Nice strong glutes, strong leg. And we are just pulsing up and down. Core nice and tight. Good. Breathe. Last 3, 2, 1. And relax that leg back in. Again, just tucking the toes under. This time we're going to kiss the floor with our knees. So same as before, we're going to press up. And from here, I just want you to lightly tap the floor with your knees. Pressing up. Pushing the floor away with your hands. Keep the core nice and tight. Last 3, 2, 1. And relax. Soften the feet. Take those knees nice and wide as the mat. Send the bum back. Walk those hands forward. And just take a big inhale and exhale here. This feels really nice if you've got tight hips. Perhaps you've already done your run for the day and you just need to sit into this. Feel free to kind of move sideways if you feel like you need to get into one side more. And then just gently walk the hands in and spin yourself round. So we're going to be sat on our bum with our legs out in front of us, and we're sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to roll down the spine one vertebra at a time until we're eventually laid down on the floor. So I really want you to think about the control. Squeeze one vertebrae at a time. Keep those feet on the floor. Try not to throw your head down at the last point. Good. Head is the last thing to touch the mat. And then if you just bring those knees up towards the chest, and then just gently rock from side to side here. Massage the lower spine. And then we're going to take those legs into this tabletop position. Hands by the side, and our head is actually staying on the mat. So if you feel like your back is really trying to come off, I recommend just placing hands just under here, so you've got a bit of a lift on your bum, so we're not putting any pressure on our spine. But if you have got the ability to keep your spine nice and flat and imprinted to the mat, then stay here. We're just going to put one toe tap on the mat and back up, and then the other. So we're really working into these abdominals. Nice and controlled, good. Really resisting the urge for the spine to lift off the mat. We're keeping everything sucked towards it, squeezing nice and tight. Good. Making sure we are breathing. Looks like the tiniest exercise, but it really works the core if we do it properly. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Remembering to breathe. One more each leg. And then just hug the knees to the chest if you need to. Similar variation. I'm going to take the legs back up, but this time we're going to extend one leg and then the other. As always, you can stay with this if this felt like enough, but we're just going to extend and bring it back in. The higher the leg, the less pressure it is on the core. So if this feels a bit challenging, but you don't quite want to adapt it too much, just take the legs a bit higher for the extension. Good, so we reach, squeezing the spine into the mat. Good. Last one each side. Last one. And relax. Hug those knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Taking hold of just your right knee towards the chest, we're going to extend that left leg again. And I want you to lift the head, neck and shoulders up towards the knee, and we're going to switch. So we've also got a bit of a nice stretch through the hip here, which us runners like, and extend, alternating, really lifting the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Exhale as we reach the leg. Good, nice and long, nice and controlled. If this feels okay and you want to go a bit further, we'll do it with straight legs or as straight as tight hamstrings will allow, and just hug the back of the knee and then switch. So we are scissoring. Good, exhale as we switch. Good. Keep breathing. And if we want to go one step further, I want you to take the hands away and rotate the palms up towards the ceiling, and we switch. Just for 4 more. Remembering to breathe, squeezing the stomach muscles towards the spine. And relax. Hug the knees to the chest and just rock from side to side, massaging the lower spine, and then just pop the feet down onto the mat and the knees are up to the ceiling, and we're going to go into some glute bridges. So hands by the side, our weight is going to be in our shoulders. We're starting by lifting the pelvis up first, and we're rolling up the spine one vertebrae at a time. So our hips are nice and high, squeeze at the top, and then slowly roll back down one vertebrae at a time. So we really feel that move through the spine, making sure we are squeezing our glutes nice and tight, lifting it nice and high, and slowly back down. Good. Nice and controlled. Keep these hips high. And back down. Good. We're going to hold it at the top of this next one. I want you to focus on keeping the hips from moving, so we're really squeezing those glutes. Take the left arm up above the head, and then we are switching. So we're really keeping the stability through our pelvis, keeping the core nice and tight, working through those glutes, getting some shoulder mobility. Good, then bring that right arm down, and then we're going to work through our feet. So I want you to lift the heels up, working up the arches of our feet into our calves. Squeeze nice and tight, making sure we're supporting that spine by our glutes working. Good. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. Last 1. And slowly roll back down the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, and then hug those knees to the chest, and just gently rock from side to side. Again, just massaging that spine, and then we'll finish with the legs back up into that tabletop position. Hands by the side, we're going to lift up the head, neck and shoulders, and we're going to pulse the arms. We're inhaling and exhaling, and inhale and exhale. If you want to make it more challenging, stretch, straighten the legs. Inhale. We are in our last 10 seconds here. Last 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Hug those knees to the chest. And just gently rock from side to side. Massage the spine. And then we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to have our head in our hand, and we're going to stretch that front knee. If you feel a bit tight and you want to put like a block or a towel or something rolled up on that knee so it's not quite all the way down, then feel free to hit pause and go grab something. But otherwise, want this knee across and that underneath leg is straight out with the flexed foot at the bottom. And then we're just going to lift that lower leg up towards the ceiling and control it back down. So we're working this adductor up towards our groin, really drive it up. Good. Squeeze. Again, thinking about our abdominals, make sure we're squeezing towards our spine. Everything is nice and engaged. Lifting up. We've got 2 more here. You probably guessed, but we're going to hold it up on this next one. So we drive it up, deep breath. Your leg might start to shake on this one. That is absolutely totally normal. Do not worry. Mine will be any second now. We've got another 6 seconds here. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax that leg back down. Coming onto our front. We're going to work a bit of our spine here. So we want the hands underneath our face in like a diamond shape, keeping the feet on the floor, making sure we're squeezing our glutes and our abdominals. Nice long leg. We're just going to press up off the floor until you feel the lower back engaged. Keep that neck nice and long. We don't want to be reaching backwards. We want to be a nice long neck, nice long spine, and then back down. So we press up and down. Good. Keep everything nice and tight. Just working into these lower spine muscles. We've got 1 more here. And control back down. Taking the legs a little bit further apart now, so about hip distance, and same with the hands. Their arms are extended about shoulder distance. We're going to lift just off the mat, and then I want you to drive the elbows back towards the spine. Extend and down. Good. Go again. Really squeeze the glutes and the abdominals. We lift up, not too high. Drive the elbows, shoulders down. Extend and down. 2 more here. We lift up, squeeze, extend, and down. Last one. And down. Bring the hands by the chest. Take a little bit of a back bend there, whatever feels comfortable, and then press back. Send the bum back to the heels, and just walk those hands forward. If you kind of want to walk to one side, stretch out one side more than the other, please feel free. Feel free. Back through the middle, over towards the other side, back through the centre, and then walk the hands in. And switch yourself around so we can repeat the leg on the other side. So again, head in hand, looking nice and relaxed. That knee across, again, pop something underneath it if you need. We're squeezing the lower abdominals and we're stretching that underneath leg, and we're driving it up and controlling back down. So we're working these adductors. Good, take it up and down. These are also good to do pre-run as a bit of an activation. I always find groins, like adductors, are quite a common niggle with runners, so I like to do these pre-run, which you could add to your routine. Good, we've got 2 more here. And on this next one, we're going to hold it up, drive up towards the ceiling. One side might shake way more than the other. Again, totally normal, do not worry about it. Breathe, keep the core nice and tight. Last 3 seconds. And control that leg back down. Again, just rolling onto our front, and we're going to press up and send the bum back to the heels again. Take a stretch there. We're on our last little bit before the end of this workout. We're going to press back up into a plank. Now you've got the option to stay in a plank, or if you want to make it a bit more challenging, we're going to drive opposite knee to opposite elbow. So I want you to step it back, nice tight core, press the floor away. We can stay here, or we can drive the right knee to the left elbow and switch. Really squeeze, drive it across. Good. Last one each side. Last one. And then press back into that downward dog. Pedal through the feet. Get a nice hamstring stretch. And then slowly start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Dropping the head. We're going to take a hamstring stretch, so nice straight back, bend forwards, and then drop back down. Again. We've got 2 more here. Last one. And drop that head, rolling up the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders. Give yourself a shake, and well done. We are done with another 30-minute Pilates workout. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully see you on another one soon.